Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and welcome tonight to the update on day number 127, June the 30th here in the United States. I need to check one thing here, and we're ready to go. July the 1st in Ukraine, quite a bit going on. So greetings to all of you, and thank you for being here tonight. As always, got a big update tonight. Don Gentilini, let's just go ahead and start right here with the question. Let's send it up there, baby. PG, what's the bottleneck on getting weapons to Ukraine? Ukraine, as you know, is so close to Europe, and weapon transport should only take hours, not days or weeks. We could add to that months. Or who is the holdup? Well, I can tell you who the holdup is. The holdup is Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping. Russia and China. The reason for that is so much of European economy and infrastructure is based on Russia and, of course, China. Today, China comes out ripping something. We'll get to that in a moment. So what is the holdup? You know, Zhenya and I have discussed this quite a few times. The holdup is people are trying to ride the fence. Nations are trying to ride the fence and hope this goes away. Unfortunately, it is not going to go away. Tonight, I'm going to show you a few things of why it is not going to go away. But tonight, we also have some good news. If you were able to see the advertisement for tonight, as I promised you, I've got the video from the Azov and the 36th Brigade. Some of our soldiers coming home, and it's all translated up and ready for you guys. So welcome to you. My partner in crime is traveling, and I do have about a 60-second update from him. Jeff Burnett, as always, thank you for being here, sir, and assisting with the moderation. Ever since you've been there, we're clean as a whistle, and I appreciate it deeply. Rainwater, back to the rockin' guitar. Oh, yeah, bro, we're throwing down. Rick Berry, Slava Ukraina. Ricochet down there in Florida. God bless you, sir. Janet Smith, welcome to you. Lynn Fireball. Harold, Mr. Baseball, welcome to you guys. Eric Wood, Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Roe Gammon, Virginia. Malcolm Bills, Great Britain. Good morning to you, dear sir and dear friend. Wilson's Custom Gun Polishing. Good evening to you. Great day for some golf. Yeah. Prayers for the heroes, Slava Ukraina. Yes, Linda Giddings, welcome to you. Gani King checking in from the great nation of the Philippines. Where? Gani, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Marcos Jr. is now your president. Rainwater Gains, everyone's chicken to get involved because Vladimir Putin is holding a nuke card. Some of them, yes, that is correct. Ralph Foster also checking in from the Philippines. Firecracker 10. Welcome to you, my friend, Rita Behrman. All right, here we go, folks. Good news. We're going to get going, but we're going to start with some bad news going on right this minute. As you know, many times when I have Zhenya with me live right at the beginning, and he'll say, you know, right within the last hour, right this minute. And I can tell you right now, 9:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:08 out in the West Coast. Early in the morning on July 1st for our friends there in the Philippines, and of course 4 a.m. in Ukraine. And I'm very sad to say there's the beautiful city of Odessa. What would Odessa be like? Miami, Florida, South Beach. It is a gorgeous city. It is a huge city. And Odessa is currently being struck with missiles. When I say currently, I mean it's ongoing. We've already lost 10 civilians tonight sleeping in their beds. 9-story residential building has been struck, and so far we've located 10 dead. All the entrances are destroyed. A rec center that was a 24-hour type fitness center was just hit. You know, major military targets there, people sleeping in their beds, and maybe people trying to get a very early workout in. So that is going on right now. Odessa is not under air raid signal. Odessa is being struck extremely hard right now. So continue to remember Odessa in your prayers. Now, let's move on. Day 127, Ukrainian heroes return home. This was yesterday. And of course, the story that we've followed in Mariupol so much. I promised you guys some translation, some video, and here you go.
Вітаємо вас. Дякуємо вам. Героям слава, вам слава. Дякуємо за все. Україна переможе.
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Я с ними. Ты с ними поехал, да?
Емоції переповняють, але було їхати дуже тяжко, тому що це вже яка спроба повернутися додому, і все щось не виходило. І тому весь час, весь шлях були думки про те, що щось зламається, щось не так піде, і ми повернемося обратно в полон.
Ми всі повинні діяти як умога сильніше для того, щоб кожен герой повернувся додому. Я дуже чекаю свого брата. Я дуже сподіваюся, що він найближчим часом повернеться, і я буду такою щасливою, як ніколи в житті. А сьогодні я передаю вітання всім нашим героям, які повернулися додому, і передаю вітання всім родичам, які неймовірно щасливі сьогодні.
Да, виїжджаємо.
So there you have it, guys. I promised you some translation, some video last night, and you have it. Firecracker coming in with the question. I wonder if our soldier friends are a part of the release. For those of you that are new to the program, our soldier friends would be the ones that we have followed through the entire war. That would be Valin, Palomar. No, they were not released. They are, of course, high quality exchange tokens. So they are still in captivity. But we did get out quite a few. So we're very, very thankful for that, and one step at a time. And as you saw the very end of the video, they said we're going to get the rest of them as well. So that will be a blessing. Get them healed up and let them get back in there. Did you see Odessa uptick is related to Snake Island departure? I did, and we'll talk about it in a moment. I've got Snake Island ready to go. I've actually got video of that as well tonight. And Ricochet, spot on. Snake Island is now clean. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Now, let's jump ahead. I want to look at the map overall, and you guys can see, of course, down in the south here, Odessa, bottom center, and that's what's being struck very hard. Mykolaiv, of course, and I'm going to zoom in just a moment. Zaporozhye, Kyiv in the center there. All these cities maintain not only air raid sirens tonight. I could have put that map up, but basically most of Ukraine is under air raid warning, and we do know that planes have taken off out of Russia. They're coming through Belarus airspace. We also know that missiles are being launched from the Black Sea. And I know many people out there are going, okay, how do you know where the airplanes are coming from? Because everybody knows, folks. It's the technology, it's the air raid warnings, it's the sirens. Here's something about that culture. I can tell you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, you know, many times Russia is striking Ukraine. Where's my little marker at? Russia is striking Ukraine from Belgorod. I don't know. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. So let me show you something here. I'll just answer your question. Maybe you've had that question. How do you know where the planes are coming from? How do you know where the missiles are coming from? Well, there's two reasons we know that. Number one, of course, is I guess the best way to say it would be radar, and the air raid warning system. What that means is something is en route. It could either be a cruise missile, it could be a bomber, it could be anything, but it's en route and your region is in the zone that is possible to be struck. That's how that works. But many strikes are coming into Ukraine right now from Belgorod, from Kursk, and also from along this line on the border. And the planes that are coming through Belarus. And we know that launches come from the Black Sea, and way over here it would kind of come in this way from the Caspian Sea. So not only do we have that technology, of course, telling us, but we also have people, for example, many times we know that missiles are being launched from, for example, I'll clear and we'll just go Belgorod, because there are good Russian citizens. I know, good Russian citizens that immediately post it, and pictures are there, and they will post 3 missiles just left Belgorod, 3 missiles just left Kursk, and it starts spreading like wildfire. So there's many ways that we know that these things are happening. But tonight, Odessa, of course, is being struck extremely hard. And we know that 10 are already confirmed deceased in those strikes. Now, if you look here, Dnipro, Zhenya has headed into that direction. That's in a relatively safe direction. From here on, we will not be giving his location away. But he did send me about 60 seconds before he went to sleep. And here he is giving us a little update tonight.
Hello, dear friends from Dnipro, from Ukraine. Here's a short update about our trip, how it's going. Everything goes well, praise God, and thank you for support. Today we were driving about 11 hours, I think, maybe more, and so because of the time of day and the curfew time, we had to stop. So we decided to stop in Dnipro, and tomorrow morning we will continue driving to the east side, more close to the front line, where people in need, some villages. And in the morning, the situation is like that. Just in the morning, we will know the places we are going to, exact places, because the situation on that area, in Donetsk area, the line are changing regularly. So and it depends of the place, which the places will be where it will be possible to go. We will go and help people in need. We have a lot of sets, the food sets, and for civilian people, and we have boxes for our military guys, and I hope I will send you a lot of good video and pictures of that trip. Thank you for support. With love from Ukraine. God bless you. Bye.
So there you have it, folks. That's the update from him tonight. They're safe and sound, about 11 hours down. And what happens is they receive information. He has a military guy traveling with him that goes with the humanitarian aid. So we have an NGO there, which is a non-governmental organization, registered, of course, for many years in Ukraine. They travel. He has military guy with him, and then they do their communications to see where they can safely get the products, whether it's food, military supplies, supplies such as medical for our military as well. And they do it as safe as possible. Is it dangerous? Extremely. But we try to make it as safe as possible. Now, I do see your question there, JDO, and I can answer that one actually. But let me zoom in here first. Here is Mykolaiv tonight, of course, key city that is still being shelled extremely hard. Kherson. Battles are happening between Mykolaiv and Kherson, and I have a green circle around Alexandrovka. That city right there is right on the edge of Russian occupation. Russian troops are there, but that is a city where through Rostik and our organization there, we have sent supplies multiple times to the green circle there, Alexandrovka. So you can see that we're making good efforts, folks, right up on the battle lines. Here we have Severodonetsk, of course, has fallen, and today Gdai, You know that name. He is the governor of the Lugansk region, the Ukrainian governor, of course. He stated today that Severodonetsk is beyond repair. It can never be fixed. Never. Everything is leveled. So when Ukraine retakes Severodonetsk, which we believe and we fight for, that entire city, 105,000 people, will have to be rebuilt from the ground up. Every system is destroyed, and Russia has went through and leveled it. And you may be sitting there tonight watching, getting the update, and you're going, I wonder how big that city is, 100,000 people. Well, all I can tell you is think about your own home. For those of you local here in Western Pennsylvania, I do not know how many people live in Sharon, Hermitage, Farrell. I think it's like 40,000, maybe 50, no more than 60 in that whole region. And you can drive around, for miles in that city. Just imagine everything destroyed, leveled. And of course, Severodonetsk is much larger than that. Now, we do have some Ukrainian troops that are still in that pinch, but they are safely pulling back to safe positions, and that would be represented there on the blue star. We also have a new push coming down on the green circle to the left, directly from the north from Izum. Of course, they're trying to pinch. New battles north of Kharkiv are happening. Of course, Russia wants Kharkiv. You're talking about the second largest city in the entire nation, a very, very key strategic city. Kharkiv, 1.5 million people there. Now, so let me answer some questions here. Wilberforce, thank you for your heart and your Ukraine there. So let's go to this question right here, and I'll give you guys an answer right quick, and I'll go here to give it. So I am continue to be amazed that Odessa does not have ships just sitting miles offshore, pummeling it day after day. It looks like an easy target from the sea. I am no Navy guy. I am not a Navy guy either. 13,000 in Sharon and 15,000 in Hermitage. Okay, it's tiny. All right, so just imagine how big Severodonetsk is. So why? And JDO's questions about Odessa here. Why aren't ships just out here pounding it? There is one reason for that. Ukraine is actually reinforced. Let me change colors so it'll be easier to see. Ukraine's pretty strong right here with their defenses. Today, we actually took over Snake Island, not with troops, but we ran the Russians completely off of it. And of course, they're saying that they did a kind retreat for goodwill, but we know that's not the truth. So it's very dangerous for Russian ships to be where the red dots are, because Ukraine does have a back door here. It's geographically speaking, pretty large area here that's completely, of course, under Ukrainian control. So they're actually south of Odessa. So this would be a place, of course, that even Russia could get pinched. So that's the main reason there from the geography side of it. Now, let's click on here. Stand with Ukraine, folks. We're at day 127, and Erie, 96,000. Are you kidding me, dude? Okay. So for all of you Western Pennsylvania folks that go to the big city of Erie, let's just call it 100,000. Erie, Pennsylvania, 100,000. Could you imagine? Everybody just pause what you're thinking. No matter where you're from in this country or other countries watching, you've probably heard of Erie, Pennsylvania, the Erie Canal, Lake Erie. It's a nice, beautiful city up on Lake Erie, just north of us. It's big. 100,000 people. Could you imagine that city destroyed beyond repair and will have to be completely rebuilt from the ground up? That's just one city of Severodonetsk, folks. I can tell you how big Mariupol is. Monster. It's unbelievable. Day 127, and we are up to $120,000 in donations, financial. We have an auction coming up July the 24th here locally in Greenville, Pennsylvania, where we're going to raise a lot of money to support the effort in Ukraine. We're not quitting, folks. We're like a bulldog. You know, a bulldog has his nose slanted backwards. He was bred that way so he could grab onto his prey and not even let go to breathe. That's what we are. We are committed. So I thought today, I was in the church office walking around getting a couple things done, and I said, you know what? I need to show the people that are part of this community a little bit of the backside. So folks, who's processing all of these donations? Who's making all of this happen behind the scenes? What's coming up on our next big fundraiser? Here you go. All right, guys, here's Ms. Luann Schreckengosh, who is the one that makes all the money happen. So all the donations go through her. She's our administrator here, our bookkeeper, and she has done a phenomenal job managing over $120,000 that has been donated. So we have an event coming up in July the 24th, 3 p.m. the doors will open, 5 p.m. the auction starts. And what are we doing here, Lou? We're going to do an auction for what?
We're going to raise money for Ukraine Relief Fund. Lots of money.
Lots of money. So I mean,
Lots of great stuff.
Yeah, and more stuff's coming in. So that will be here, 246 South Mercer Street, Greenville, Pennsylvania. And folks, we're not talking about junk. This is not something from Aunt Sally's basement. This is going to be really, really nice stuff. And of course, the purpose to benefit Ukraine relief. So
Absolutely beautiful stuff.
So Lou, just wanted to put your face on the program tonight and thank you for all the hard work you've done. When we began the year, did you think you'd be administrating money like this for Ukraine?
No, I didn't, but it's sure been a blessing, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Well, we just want to say thank you. And folks, this is the lady. When you're sending in your donations and you're sending in checks or whatever it may be, it's coming across her desk through her computer and out to Ukraine. And one last question for you.
Sure.
Do we hold anything back?
Nothing. Every cent plus some goes to Ukraine.
There you go. So folks, thank you. This is the lady behind making it happen. And of course, Pastor Kent, whom y'all know. So thank you guys for everything. July 24th, 5 p.m. here, 246 South Mercer Street, Greenville, PA. This advertisement brought to you tonight by Bethel Life Church, because you belong here.
Yay.
Thanks, Lou.
You're welcome. And I'd like to repair it if we can. I just don't know if it's
A little bit more behind the scenes here, real up close with Lou. There you go. Now, you were making a statement earlier. A lot of these donations have come from Steve and Erla.
Yes.
Let's give them a shout out tonight.
Hey, Steve and Erla Tankowicz, we want to say from our heart to yours, thank you for donating the items that we're going to be selling at the auction coming up on the 24th. And Erla, love you, appreciate you, Steve. Thank you for your heart to give and serve, and it's going to be a great time.
And our auctioneer is going to be?
Joe Miller.
Joe Miller.
Joe and Margie Miller coming in. The Miller name is well known in this area. Been selling stuff for years. They were here actually today. We're starting to put things in order, and it's going to be a great time. You won't want to miss this opportunity to come out and have a great time with your family and make an investment in Ukraine.
Thanks, guys. This is where the other brain center happens here. Mr. Spreadsheet, Pastor Kent.
Hey,
what's he working on? Spreadsheet. All right, guys. Thank you. So there you have it, folks. Do you ship? You know, Luann Tucker. Yeah, it's going to be a great auction there. And I just want to say one thing here to Michael Miller. God bless you, sir. I see real quick that you went to Liberty University, J.B. Hunt, and you're in North Carolina. I really appreciate you being here and watching. But let me tell you something. You're barking up the wrong tree. Stand with Ukraine is not profitable. We give every dime. That is why I showed some behind the scenes, and my friends have personally been killed there. So take that dog and hunt it at some other tree, sir. Every penny plus goes there. Get out of here. Hope that tells you what else you want. Come on, man. Get out of here. We're not making money on a war. What a joke. Ridiculous. You'd even come in here and say stand for Ukraine sounds profitable. We've got our friends and family dying. Get out of... Come on. I mean, you know what? Bro, there's your face. There's the face of somebody that just doesn't care or love people. Sounds profitable. And you went to Liberty University? What kind of education did you get? Did you study any Bible there, sir? Message me, please. Unbelievable. I show you behind the scenes and you still say that? We've been here 127 days and documented everything that we have done, and you get on here and run that crap on Facebook? Everybody moved to YouTube so I can just get off of Facebook. That boils my blood. My friends are dying, and my friends right now are in war zones with missiles flying. Get out of here. Sorry, over. He's not worth my time. There's your name and your face, and there's your answer. Watch all the episodes one more time. There you are. Thank you, Ricochet. I appreciate it. All right, guys, here we go. Syria. We're all good, guys. Syria. But it's just Syria is no longer in relationship with Ukraine. Why? I want to show you real quick tonight. Syria today came out and recognized Lugansk, and they recognized Donetsk as sovereign states. Immediately, Ukraine dropped all relations with Syria. Once again, it's just another rung in the step of further breakdown of relationships. You know, when you think about the biblical side of it, Syria, due north of Lebanon and due north of Israel, right on target. Syria, Turkey, Black Sea, Ukraine, Russia. Ezekiel 38, coming down from the north to Israel. Very, very possible. Here's just another piece of the pie. And I can tell you tonight that Ukraine and Syria have broken official relationships. Now, Kaliningrad is still in the story with the transporting of goods through Lithuanian territory that Lithuania has blocked on the way to Russia. Any sanctioned goods, Lithuania is not backing down. Over to the left, you see where I placed the name Germany. Why did I place the name Germany there? Because Germany, you know, Don Gentilini, you asked at the beginning why these nations aren't getting the weapons there quick. You have lived in Europe for many, many, many years. I've spent many, many years working in Europe and Ukraine and Russia, the Baltic states, all of these places. We know how small they are, and we know how close they are. You asked a great question. Why aren't the weapons there quicker? Why isn't anything there quicker? Because there's other games at play here. Germany came out today contacting Lithuania and told them to back down off their rhetoric in regard to allowing sanctioned goods to go through their territory on rail or road. So Germany, once again, talking out of both sides of their mouth. Now, folks, how about a border wall? Have no desire to talk about American politics here on this program. This is all about supporting Ukraine and keeping the world updated with the truth in regard to the war in Ukraine. But Poland has completed a border wall between them and Belarus, 115 miles long, 18 feet high, and 2,500 cameras, done in a New York minute. And of course, America, we struggle with our borders, but look what happens when you're in a war. Here's a little clip of the wall, Poland. There's no audio. Don't try to turn it's just a little clip. I mean, like that. They're not playing. Now, we're going to talk why are they doing that more and more. Here are some of the reasons. China came out today and blasted NATO. Folks, maybe you have seen this, maybe you haven't, but this is a big deal in regard to the war in Ukraine. This is a big deal. I have a question for you tonight. Who invaded who? You know the answer. Russia invaded Ukraine. Who is destroying residential targets, killing innocent men, women, boys, and girls with random cruise missiles, just launching them? Who? Russia. What is Ukraine doing? Defending their sovereignty. Today, China came out and blamed NATO for increasing the tension of war and told them to stop. We've been watching this for weeks and weeks and weeks. Remember, Xi Jinping, the president of China, is an ally of Vladimir Putin. It's a fact. Syria is an ally of Vladimir Putin. It's a fact. And he sits there in the middle, and he knows, he looks at a NATO that is weak, and now he has the rattling of China saying, NATO, this is your fault for increasing the war. Has nothing to do that Russia attacked a sovereign land. This is what's happening right in front of the world's eyes. Snake Island, Ricochet, here you go. Ricochet. Snake Island, folks, in the blue circles there, these were all the places where Russia, if I was able to zoom in even more, this is actually a satellite image taken post-Ukrainian strike. Ukraine wrecked the Russian supplies on Snake Island. And I know you're going, okay, well, how are they reaching Snake Island? Well, I'll show you. Snake Island is, we'll go to blue here. We'll go to purple. Snake Island's just right here, approximately, and on the purple. And as we were answering JDO's question earlier, Ukraine is loaded right here. So they can strike Snake Island. They can strike the Black Sea. They cannot really strike the bridge. They don't have that yet, or really Crimea. And they really do not want to strike Crimea because Ukrainians are there. But they will do what they need against the Russian forces. So it's pretty easy for them to get to that distance. It's only about 20 miles off the coast there. So they were able to hit it, level it, and we know that Russia has withdrawn everything from Snake Island. Now, of course, they're going to spin it. They use the howitzers. Awesome. Thank you, sir. I love having the military guys in here. You guys make this program so much better each night. I'm just the grandson of a great World War II veteran. I wanted to join the Marines, but I was born this way, and they would not let me when I was 18. 1990. Snake Island wrecked, and here's how Russia spins it. Well, we wanted to extend an olive branch and show goodwill to the Black Sea and the possible export of grain. So we withdrew our forces and our equipment from Snake Island. No, you didn't. You got smashed. And how do I know you got smashed? Watch. This is from the Ukrainian defense. There they go. There they go. You know, I told you I had some good news tonight. Some of the Azov soldiers and Snake Island. I saw your question there, Firecracker, and I saw, or Ricochet, Firecracker. I saw JDU answer it. Yeah, that's the border wall in Poland, between Poland and Belarus, built quickly. So there you have it, Snake Island. A couple of things I want to show you here. I know you can't read it, but I can, and this is a draft order for Belarus. They are doing a mandatory draft, and the report date on this one was June the 29th at 8 a.m., and this is in the Gostomel or the Gostomel area. It is forced, meaning if you don't, unless you have whatever excuse that is required, you are in trouble with the Belarusian government. Here is another one. You can see at the bottom, Gomelskoye Oblast. I know you don't know the letters, but just trust me. It's Gomel. Once again, that's June the 29th, and that was an 11 a.m. report. The other was an 8 a.m. Now, not only Belarus, but folks, Transnistria, this region where, remember, Jane, you told us the other night when I reported to you that President Zelensky came out and said, if there is one shell from Transnistria, if you slap us, we will slap you back. And then remember, that was the quote, but Zhenya explained to us the culture behind it. What Zelensky actually said was, Transnistria, if you slap us, we will smash you in the face. And I'm here to tell you tonight that in that region of the Transnistria, I have it circled in red there in the upper left on the map of Moldova, they are also drafting and conscripting. So you have Belarus. In fact, I'll go here and show you. You know, folks, this is what's... Okay, I was thinking about this tonight as preparing for the program, and I just want to show you something. This is Ukraine. This is sovereign Ukraine. Every oblast, 24. Now, I just want you to watch this with me. In fact, I'm going to make it red. Now, just watch. This is the border of Russia. Okay. This is stolen Crimea. This is occupied Kherson, occupied Zaporozhye, occupied Donetsk, and occupied, and it actually wraps up here, by Russia. Of course, all of this is Russia. Now, here is, that's the border. Here is the border of Belarus. Here is the border of Hungary. Why did you put Hungary? Orban, they're no friend of Ukraine. That is an ally, stated or not stated, with Russia. Then we have Slovakia, and I'll change it. Slovakia, blue. And then, of course, our dear friend Poland. Now, we have Romania, friend, and we have Moldova, friend. Unfortunately, the Transnistria region is full of Russia. The only border we have is right here, pushing up to that region. Now, look at that map now. The only friendly territory we have is here, here, and here. Right there. They're surrounded, folks. I was thinking about it tonight when actually earlier in the afternoon when I saw where Syria, and I was preparing that information, that Syria recognized these areas here. And I started to think, hold it. Ukraine is basically surrounded. This is why it is important and vital that this avenue through Poland be strengthened. This is why Poland has built this border wall against Belarus here. This is what Hungary is silent. This is, what does Jane always say? We need weapons and we need them now. That gives you a real picture there, my friends. Now, I want to give you a little video clip tonight. Very interesting. Little update from the front lines. No, this is not us. This is not Jania. This is released by Ukraine. So I'm learning from you guys. So I want to give you an update from the front lines. And here's a little bit of translation. I know you guys appreciate the translation.
This footage captures a Ukrainian Mi-28 helicopter covering the evacuation of enemy equipment by our servicemen. He spreads thermal traps to avoid falling into the zone of destruction of the portable anti-aircraft missile system of the Russian army. This technique is called pitching. This video was filmed by Ukrainian serviceman Yuri. At that moment, he was pulling equipment left by the enemy from the battlefield.
This is my direct task, the evacuation of military equipment, both ours and damaged equipment that has some sort of malfunction. We evacuate both Ukrainian and enemy equipment. There was such a case in the Mykolaiv region. They left the heavy Buratino flamethrower system while it was still charging, and we pulled it out. And the case that happened directly to me, we evacuated a Russian multi-purpose two-wing vehicle, almost in a grey zone, near the line of contact, about 1.5 kilometers from their checkpoint.
Before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Yuri worked as a waiter in Italy for 11 years. In winter, he returned home to rest. After February 24th, he sent his family abroad and without hesitation went to the conscription office. Before that, he had only compulsory service under his belt.
I was probably most worried about my family. I have 2 small children and a wife. I have parents, more than that, 2 younger brothers. And perhaps I was most afraid for them, not for myself. At first I went to the local defense, and then I decided to contact the conscription office. Since I had little military practice, I hoped that we would be taken to the shooting range, but there was no time for that at all. People who had at least some military practice were immediately sent on missions. Anyone who could do something did so right away. As far as I can tell you, those who were near me at that time, all these people came on their own, without any co-op papers.
Yuri went to the front line together with his second cousin. They serve in the same brigade but perform different tasks. Dmytro is engaged in food and clothing supply for combat units.
Was it scary when you go into the war zone? Of course it was scary, but what can you do? That's why we came here, to protect. We will win when Russia withdraws its troops from the territory of Ukraine, including from the Crimea. And we will help to do it as quickly as possible.
Today, the brothers received a surprise from volunteers from their native Volyn region. They were brought boxes with sweets and children's drawings. They wished Yuri and Dmytro to return home safely and as soon as possible. Reported by Marina Stepanenko, Anastasia Volkova, UATV News.
There you have it, folks. That's a good story right there. A couple of things that you recognize, and I'll actually go back to this to close it out tonight. But these Ukrainians are desperate. They're desperate to defend their homeland. And I know it's so hard for anyone else to understand. But if they do not do it, they're going to lose it. So, yeah, I see your guys' comments there. Medic Trevor, miss you. You know what? Welcome back. Yes, we did miss you. Relationship building at its finest. That's right. President Zelensky is doing a great job. And who would have thought logistics solutions were sitting all over the battlefield? Yes. This is such a crazy war. Absolutely crazy. It's madness. But we stand here every day. So, folks, there's your update for day 127. I appreciate you being here. And, you know, I really liked closing with that last video tonight, because it just shows you the guys were going, you know, it wasn't conscription. It wasn't documents. It was volunteers coming. That's some heart right there. And that's why we're here, to support this nation. We stand with you, Ukraine. So peace to you. Tomorrow, folks, I'll keep you updated on, as I can, safely, the works of what's going on in our work there in the East Virginia, and we'll do it safely. And I will tell you, when he communicates to me, those are burners. So we do the best we can, but so much appreciate your guys' advice, and we do our best to take it. May the Lord bless you. Appreciate that, Don Gentilini. Blessings to you guys tonight, and blessings to Ukraine. That's day 127. Sorry, we're up to 12 killed now in, I just got it. Let me see. Yeah. 12 people sleeping killed tonight in Odessa, and they're still digging. Peace to you. Peace to Ukraine. We're going to win. 100% off. 100%. Good night. Be blessed.